Welcome back, math lovers, in the series of videos on topology. In the last video, we have proved a path connected space is connected, and we use this fact to state that every convex subset of Rn is connected, and also all the open balls in Rn are also connected. Okay. Now today in this video, we will show that if we have a collection of connected spaces, path connected spaces, and if they have a point in common, then the union will be connected. So let us state that as a theorem. If let us take a collection, say U alpha belongs to I the indexing set, are path connected spaces of X such that they have a point in common. That means their intersection is non-empty, such that intersection alpha belongs to I, U alpha is non-empty. Then the union alpha belongs to I, U alpha is path connected. In fact, similar thing we have proved for connected spaces. If this is a collection of connected spaces, and if they have a point in common, then the union will be connected. Okay, and we will prove it for path connected spaces. Now, to show that this is path connected space, we need to take 2 points and we need to find the path. Path is a continuous function from closed interval 0, 1 to this space, wherein f at 0 or p at 0 will be mapped to the one point and p at 1 will be mapped to other point. Okay, so let's start for this. Let's proof. Now let us take a point. Since the intersection is non-empty, there exists some point x0 in this. So let us take let x0 belongs to intersection alpha belongs to I, U alpha. Let us take a point in the intersection. Okay, so let us draw this first. See how it will be. So this we have pole of x. Okay, and in this x we have subspaces. So let us use different colors. So we have they have a point in common, right? So let us consider this to be x0. All the spaces will have this x0 common. So this is say u1. Let us take only 3. So this is u1. Then say this x0 is common. Say this is u2. Then say this is u3, and so on. Okay, so and many other. We have taken just 3. So this x0 is point in common. Now what we need to prove? To show that union alpha belongs to I, U alpha is path connected. This is what we need to prove, path connected. And to prove this, we need to take 2 points and we need to find the path. Okay, so let us take 2 points. So let x comma y belongs to the union alpha belongs to I, U alpha. And remember, all these U alphas are path connected. Okay, now since we have taken this x and y in the union of U alpha, and if both these x, y belongs to one particular U alpha or U beta, then we are done, because already U beta is path connected and x and y belongs to U beta implies there is a path, right? So let me just state that. So if xy belongs to say U beta for some beta in I, that means in one of the U beta, then nothing to prove, right? We are done, nothing to prove. It's obvious. In fact, there is nothing called obvious in mathematics, right? Something obvious for me may not be obvious for you, but this is obvious right now. Okay, so let us consider that this x comma y are indifferent. Let us consider beta and gamma such that x belongs to U beta and y belongs to U gamma. Okay, so let us take x here somewhere and say y here. This is x, this is y. Okay, let's go on the next page. So let x belongs to u beta and this y belongs to u gamma for some beta and gamma in I. Let us take this, right? X belongs to u beta, y belongs to u gamma for some beta and gamma in I. Now since we have this x naught common in both, so this x naught belongs to u beta also in u gamma, and we know that u beta and u gamma are connected, path connected spaces. That means there is a path. Now we have x and x naught, here we have y and x naught. So that therefore there exist paths, say p1 and p2, which are continuous maps or continuous path, such that this p1 is a function from closed interval 0 1 to u beta, and this p2 is a function from closed interval 0 1 to u gamma, such that this p1 of 0 will be mapped to say x, okay, and p1 of 1 is mapped to x naught, and here we will map in ulta things, such that p2 of 0 we will map it to x naught and p2 of 1 will be mapped to y. Okay, the order is not there, so x comma y comma x. So likewise we can find the functions. Okay, now let's define a function from closed interval 0 1 to the union. Okay, so let's define p from closed interval 0 1 to union alpha belongs to I u alpha, right? So that we say that this is a continuous function and it maps 0 and 1 to x and y respectively, then this is a path connected space, we can say. So we need to define it. Now to define this, we have two functions which are continuous, p1 and p2. Let us define this p by using this p1 and p2, so that this p, the points x0 is common. Okay, let me go on the next page, otherwise the definition will be splitted. So defined by p of t is equals to, first from 0 to half we will use p1, and from half to 1 we will use p2. So from 0 to 1 we will define it to be p1 of say 2t 0 less than or equals to t less than or equals to half, right? Since we have reduced the length, we have to double this bit, and p2 of 2t minus 1 when half less than equals to t less than equals to 1. This is well defined. Why? It's kind of multiplication kind of things. Now since we have p1 of say 1 is same as p2 of 0, that is same as x0, our p is well defined, right? We have those points. Let me go back here. This p1 at 1 is same as p2 at 0, that is x0. So we have our well defined function. Okay, let us take the restriction of p now. So p restricted to 0 half, this will be equals to p1 composite r. Let me tell you what is r. So r is nothing but 2t, so p1 of 2t, so r is nothing but 2t, and p2, sorry, p restricted to half 1 will be same as p2 composite, let us take s, and s is nothing but 2t minus 1, where r of t is equals to 2t and s of t is equals to 2t minus 1. So this R and S is continuous. P1, P2 are continuous. So composition of two continuous functions is continuous. So P1, P restricted to this and P restricted to this both are continuous. These are closed intervals. So by using pasting lemma, we say that P is continuous. Okay. So now P1 and R is continuous. This implies P1 composite R is continuous, and this implies P restricted to closed interval 0 half is continuous. Now remember, we have not stated that P is continuous. From here, what we say is, by using this knowledge, we say that P restricted to 0 1 is continuous. And similarly, also P2 and S is continuous. We proved that composition of two continuous functions are continuous. This implies P2 composite S is continuous, and this will imply that P restricted to half 1 is continuous. Right? Now if you take this 0 half, close interval 0 to half and half to 1, both are closed intervals, closed sets in 0 1 in the whole space, and then the union will be equals to 0. So by using pasting lemma, we already proved pasting lemma. You can go through the playlist. Pasting lemma, P is continuous. And also we see that P of 0, what is P of 0 and P of 1? P of 0 will be P1 of 0, and P1 of 0 is X, and P of 1 is P2 of 1, and P2 of 1 is Y. So this is X and Y respectively, and therefore we get this P is required path, and hence union alpha belongs to I, U alpha is path connected. Correct? So this is all about this theorem. We proved that if we have a collection of path connected subsets which have a point in common, then the union is path connected. Okay, so that's all about today's things. In the next video, we will prove that product of two path connected spaces is path connected. So till then, you can check some examples. We will see in the next video.